Any minute now.
The message can't be much clearer. Radio's on and it's GOVS comedy. What's behind me in the mirror? Oh, that's right, it's also on TV. I can't wait for the action. I'm sick of sitting around here trying to read a book. I need a laugh reaction. After I watched just once, then I was hooked. Now I don't want to miss any Saturday night, you know I'm tuned to GOVS. I get to see Don and Benny. It's PUSUSU, put up, shut up, and stand up.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up right here on GovsRadio.com, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Boxcast. And like my good friend Ken Pichelle always says, we on TV. Oh. And yes, indeed, we are, folks. I'm your host, Don Sill, and we are here. We're not remote today, but I still got Benny Gagucci with me. And we're gonna just go through the show like we always did back in the good old days. How you doing, Benny?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm in bed, buddy. I can't even get out of bed. I've got no energy. I don't know. I got no energy.
It's this
fine.
week. Yeah, we've had the gloom and doom all week long so far, so it's been kind of hard to motivate and to do things. We were unable Sunday to go on. Usually on Sundays is when we do our remote interviews, and we've had a lot of great places we've gone to so far, everywhere from the Big Duck to Bald Hill, Looney Tunes,
Looney Tunes,
White Post Farms, Belmont Lake. We've done some cool ones, and we're looking to continue on, do some more as we keep going. But this week, back to the old way via Zoom, and here we are, Benny.
I don't even have the energy to set up, to be at a table or anything. I'm just at 64 years old. I had energy. Now
that you're 65, you're starting to slow down. But you look great. Man. God bless you, Gagoots.
Thanks. You look great too.
Thanks, man. But there's a lot of things we could talk about. But it's just such a weird time where like you feel like talking about certain subjects, amongst friends,
right?
It could sometimes be a little weird nowadays. You can't have like a normal discussion. Like if we wanted to talk about the debates or about politics or about any of that stuff, it's always it's like walking on eggshells.
It is. I was talking to my electrician today. He has to come to check something out in my garage. And then he's like, so who you voting for? So I'm like, I'm probably voting for the same person you are. I was afraid because you can't even, years ago, you could say, oh, I'm voting. Oh, you're voting for that bum. He said, now it's like, forget about it. People, you can't even joke. You joke on social media and everybody makes it political.
Everybody is very serious on both sides. It doesn't matter if you're pro Biden or pro Trump or pro Kamala Harris, or if you're Pence and his fly. It doesn't matter. Whatever side you're on, the people are very serious, and it can destroy relationships. It's
I feel like no matter who wins this election, I think we're in for a revolution. I really do.
I think we've been
we're in.
seeing like a revolution happening or trying to happen, right? With all
Yeah.
these protests and riots, but I also think that the silent majority are going to come out big time and vote as well. But look, this is a lot different from 4 years ago, from 2016, where I think that some of the left realized, oh, we didn't have it in the bag with with Hillary, so now they're pushing
Yeah.
extra hard on their agenda this time around. But
And you can't joke about the candidates. You got to be. And anything, like I said, anything I could say, oh, what a beautiful day. I think I'll go out bike riding, and somebody will be, oh, you must be a Trump supporter. What the hell? What the? Like, you must like Biden because you're on a bicycle. And I'm like, how the hell do you guys get this? Yeah, I can't even. And then
it's just crazy.
I posted something today. I posted that my fear of COVID-19 is making coming back. And I said it's coming back stronger. And everybody, pay attention, people, and get your heads out of your ass. So somebody wrote, my ass is my quarantine spot. So, how do you deal with that?
You are the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. Dancing queen, feel the beat from the tambourine. Oh yeah, you can dance.
What do you say to somebody?
It's crazy. You don't know how to respond because you don't know if people are serious or joking or what. And a lot of people, are unfriending. The unfriending begins on Facebook. So first you get unfriended, and then you never hear from that person ever again, and they're gone from your lives forever. It's just strange. It's just a strange thing. The division in this country is stronger than I've ever seen it, and I'm hoping,
absolutely.
yeah, man. But it's funny because the election committee was they actually asked me to help them participate in an election PSA. So
really?
yeah, I didn't tell you about it yet, but you want to see it?
Yeah.
All right, check it out. Here it is. Here's my big election PSA. It's going to be running on TV and everything. Here it is, right here. Here you go.
I'm naked.
I'm completely butt-ass naked.
I'm naked.
I'm like naked.
Yeah, I'm naked. I'm naked.
There isn't a man behind me. These are my hands.
Should we be doing this?
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Ruffalo, put your clothes on.
No, I'm not thinking about you, Ruffalo. I'm thinking about all of us getting canceled for getting naked on a PSA.
To be honest, I wish I could cover my hands with my boobs, but here we are.
I'm here to talk to you about voting. Did you know that ballots could be naked?
So let me get this straight. So if I'm naked, then I could vote?
And if you don't do exactly what I tell you, your ballot could get thrown out.
And how come I can't be dressed to vote? Why do I have to be naked?
Take your clothes off and vote.
I can't vote unless I'm naked? I don't get the whole naked balloting. Well, what's naked got to do with it?
America needs you.
Vote. Please vote so I can put some clothes on.
Everyone's voice matters in this election.
Not to mention it's cold. If you haven't noticed, in an alley, it's cold. I'm freezing. Can I get dressed yet?
Hold the phone, stop the presses. I have a very important announcement to make. Don Sills Show. Put up, shut up, and stand up on GOVS Radio. Maybe the best thing to prevent COVID since the N95 mask. Other things it's better than sliced bread, the clapper, actual sex. And that's saying a lot. Listen to it or be burned at the stake! I'm only kidding. Or am I?
All right, we're back, and with Benny Rizzuti. Benny is very tired. This week has been has wore you down. It's been gloom and doom, gray.
Yeah. I'm just worn down. I have no energy at all. I get up early. I go to work. I come home. I eat, and then I nap before I eat and nap after I eat. And I hope I'm all right. I hope I'm not coming down with anything.
I think you're going to be all right. I don't think you have any signs. And plus, Trump did have the COVID and was able to fight it off, and he's 10 years older than you.
He's immune. But, a lot of people right now, we're going through a serious thing with the COVID, but there are other things out there. Besides, you forget about there are other things. Yeah. We have, I have a couple of pre-existing conditions.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes, you always got to be careful.
That's why I have medical marijuana, for that reason. And okay, I don't have a prescription for it, but still medical. It is medical.
It's medical. It helps you. It gets you through the day, and it really kicks in really good when you listen to some Grateful Dead.
Right. Yeah. Grateful Dead. I listen to everybody. I listen to all kinds. I've got CDs behind me right now. Yeah, Jefferson Airplane. There you go.
There you go.
Have a revolution. music to have a revolution by.
There you go. Well, listen. Speaking of revolutions, we got the latest from Monty Belligerent. You want to see that?
Oh yeah.
Here he is.
I love Monty.
How you doing? It's Monty Belligerent over here. Listen, I got some random thoughts and things I'm noticing since the COVID. For example, I go in the supermarkets and I'm looking at the women's. There's nothing wrong with that. I've been doing it for years. But I noticed one thing different about me. The mask. The mask on the women's. All of a sudden, the nose is the new cleavage. What's under that mask? I want to see the whole nose now. I like that nose cleavage you got there, lady. I just want to see one nostril slip. That's all, just one nostril. I don't need to see two. The other day, I'm looking at the lady with the mask, and she's got the nose cleavage going on. I'm staring. She caught me. She said, "Excuse me, sir. My breasts are down here." What are you gonna do? Monty Belligerent.
Hi, it's Renee May here, and I put myself on so many dating sites. Finally, someone swiped right. So he's coming here tonight, and he's a silver fox, and you know how that gets me going. He's got an accent. Oh my God, the Italian accent, a Staten Island accent does it for me. An Italian accent, my gosh. He likes to cook. My heart be still. And he's dressed to the nines. I mean, I cannot wait. My thing that I'm putting on here is I'm gonna hopefully taste your tonsils, or you're gonna taste my tonsils. So at least let my lipstick stay perfect. Oh yeah, get a bad boy on. Before I go anywhere, I always make a prayer. Saint Anthony, it's me, Renee. I might lose my manners tonight. Please don't help me find them. Amen, tis tis. He's gonna be here soon. That's him.
Ciao, Bella! Oh, you're more beautiful, Renee May. You're more beautiful in the real life than in your picture. Oh, sweet Santanochi. I better get my oven mitts because you're one hot tomato.
Oh, hello, this is Chris Fairbanks from the wildly popular podcast You Need a Ride with a very special announcement. This is good news. Don Sill Show, Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up from the Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, New York. I believe I'm saying that right. It's a show that they do in an alley behind Comedy Club. Governor's Comedy Club, I believe, which is why it's GOVS radio show. Anyway, this just in, the show itself and the information it provides has proven to prevent COVID. The only thing people have been doing is wearing these N93 masks, which if you wear them too much, the virus can connect to that. The great thing about this show is through the airwaves, it will enter your ears and into your face, where the virus resides in the nasal passage. You see the ears are nearby, and the sound waves have known themselves to break. They know themselves that they will break up the virus and send it right out your nostrils. So you can infect other people, but it will relieve you of the virus. So it's great news. Be sure and spread the word. I don't know that any scientists have backed this up.
How you doing, Mr. Trump? Think you're tough? Little bit? Little bit? You think you're tough? Yeah. You think you're something. You're a clown. People say you're a dick. I like to punch you right in the dick, huh? You know, I apologized for Rocky and Bullwinkle, alright? It was a piece of shit. I know that. But you're a bigger piece of shit than that. You're a queer, you know that, Mr. Trump? Little better queer. What? Don't say that. Pasta break, you know? Gotta have a pasta break when I do stuff. A little bit. How about you analyze this, huh? Oh, what's over here? Oh, analyze that, huh? Hey, doctor, it's De Niro. I think I got a little melanoma on my face. A little bit. A little bit. You're a coward, huh? A cupcake. You know that? You talking to me? I'm talking to you.
All right, everybody. Our next guest is a very funny guy who's been on everything from Live at Gotham to Last Comic Standing and can currently be seen and heard on the Anthony Cumia Show with Dave Landau. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Dave Landau. Dave, how you doing, bro?
Good, man. How about you?
Doing good, man. You know, just living the dream these past 7 months, you know, just staying.
Yeah, every day's a miracle. I agree.
And now we're getting closer and closer to November, going through all these the debates now and all these things, and the climate is crazier than ever. Like this year just seems like there's just so much more on the line than normal elections. It just seems like so crazy, man.
I think we're ruined either way, if I'm being perfectly honest. Whatever happens is just gonna be bad. And it's not even because the person in charge. I mean, it's just whatever happens, it's gonna just take this very cold civil war that we're in and turn it into a nice, hot, flaming civil war. It'll be good.
There's always been, you know, Democrats, Republicans, always been ideologies but now it's like if I'm a Biden guy, you're a Trump guy, it's like F you, man. Like, you know, it's hatred right out of the gates. There's no middle ground. There's no, oh, you know, he likes Trump, but he's still a nice guy.
It's a great honor to be able to introduce for the first time ever anywhere the 45th.
Yeah, well, if you don't have like a visceral hate for Trump, people just all of a sudden are like, well, he's obviously racist and has killed gay people.
Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans.
And then if you don't if you say I'm a little bit worried about Biden's cognitive abilities, you know, because of the stuttering.
I resent the laughter. It's one of the things I want to say to you parents who might have laughed. You know, think about it. Stuttering is the only thing people think they can laugh at.
Then they think you're, you know, and then even if you say you like Biden, then the other side gets angry at you. And it's strange because to me, the whole political system is flawed.
People know you're a senator. I'm not going to answer the question because the question is radical left. Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe?
We are supposed to be a people in charge of the government. We have become a government in charge of the people. We're all being just played right now. And I'm not saying that that's on Trump at all. I'm just saying it's on both the sides should not be allowed pay until they fix the problem in this country. And then we'll watch in 24 hours, everything will get better.
Come on, man.
But what's crazy too is like, you used to be able to, if you have a shitty president like Nixon or Carter or whatever, Clinton's, Bush, whatever side you're on, you can always say that, oh man, this is great for comedy. But now it's not. God forbid. Like I think comedy is also a victim of this in a way where it's not good for comedy. You can't go up there and riff. If you go up there, like in Manhattan or something at a club, and start going off on Biden and doing pro-Trump material, I would assume it's not going to go over well.
I
mean,
believe you. Yeah, you get burned alive in the park on a pile of Hebrew mass.
That's how I feel about you.
Oh man, does she have to do that? Wow.
What the fuck was that?
Wow.
That's what we call improv here.
You can't go against the grain anymore as a comedian. I mean,
it's so weird because I stand fairly moderate, and people even say that's this like, it's like, oh, that's cowardly. It's like, no, I want to hear both sides because every office is ran by humans. Humans are flawed, so I just can't 100% go with anything.
Right.
And I'm 38, but still, when I was a kid, you didn't talk about who you were voting for or anything. It was always a very private thing. And now you're right, like comedy's bad for comedy. And now if you'd say anything about either party, people get actually angry.
There's a different group to get pissed off at you in this country for everything you're not supposed to say. Can't say fruit, can't say faggot, can't say queer, can't say Nancy boy, can't say pansy. Can't say nigger, boogie, jig, jigaboo, skinhead, jungle bunny, mooly, moulignon, or schwarzer. Can't say yid, heeb, zeeb, kike, maki, dago, guinea, wop, ginzo, greaser, greaseball, spick, beaner, oye, tiger, PR, mick, donkey, turkey, limey, frog, squarehead, kraut, jerry, hun, chink, jap, nip, slope, slopehead, zip, zipperhead, gook. There is absolutely nothing wrong.
You have to top it with the fact that anything you say now can trigger somebody, or for some reason, some middle-aged white woman who really has a problem with everything. Like they're the main. I loved when the Karen thing came out because it's like I've been dealing with Karens since my first open mic. It is completely true.
Because this is what your generation does. You go on Grindr and do hookups. You show every part of your body. You have no self-respect. Oh my goodness, none whatsoever.
Okay. It's just crazy, man. And then you add on top of this crazy culture. You add now, COVID and quarantine and jobs and all these other issues, man. It's just a brew of bad stuff waiting to happen. And
that's my problem is you have these politicians who 99% of them are employed, playing around with people who need work and need to feed their families. And human beings are animals, and you start taking away every way for them you take away their freedoms and their livelihood, you're going to start seeing that animal come out, and we're going to regret. I mean, look, I got a family. If I lose everything, I'm going to figure out a way to take care of them, and it's going to be at the expense of someone else. It just is. And we now have just become, sorry, I'm not trying to babble, but off of what you said, we've become these people who we're all very layered. Every human being is layered, and we try to put this very simple stamp on every single person. You're right, you're left, you're this, you're that, whatever. It's the simplicity where that's just not who people are.
Right.
And we're looking at it the wrong way. Everybody is an individual. Everybody should be treated as an individual. And we've now become a thing where we're just blanket whatever it is that you are, of what group you should be a part of. And that's a scary and dangerous thing to me. It doesn't make any sense.
It is scary, man, because there's no room in the middle anymore. Where I think most people, most of us are in the middle, right? And then you got your extreme, your left, and and the pundits and everybody you see on the news that they're obviously on one side or the other. But most people are in the middle, whether they lean a little left, lean a little right, but they all kind of have common sense. That's where I think the middle is, right?
Yes.
But now, because of this new world order and all this craziness we're going through, I feel like common sense is being thrown out the window. And like you said, You're either here or you're there, and that's it. And if you don't like hate the other guy, then you're not on our team.
How can you tell black people they need to go back to Africa when white people aren't from here either? We're all here though. So it doesn't matter. We are home. All of us are home. You're home, I'm home, they're home, all of us are home. We're just all trying to stand up for our own fair rights.
Which is so strange to me because it's always like, I want to have a conversation. It's like, no, you want to have a one-way monologue where you tell me exactly how to think, and I have to just agree with you 100% or somehow I'm against you.
This is the part where the white people start to applaud. Oh. And nod. Oh. Thank you, Jimmy.
And that's not reality. I mean, we're all individuals. That also with comics being held at the standard of what you can say is offensive, where sometimes comedy should be offensive.
Comedy should provoke. It should blast through prejudices, challenge preconceptions. Comedy should always leave you different than when it found you.
Sometimes comedy should be tasteless. Sometimes comedy should be racist. Sometimes comedy should, whatever it is that it can be labeled as. It shouldn't actually be that way. It just, a joke is a joke, and I don't understand when that went away. Why do I have to agree? I don't agree with everything Bill Maher says at all, but I'm not going to say he's untalented.
Right.
As for our COVID-infected president, tonight he's going to undergo a medical exam. Really, this is happening on Fox News in a very special episode of Dirty Jobs.
I don't know when that happened, when, like comedy, it wasn't allowed to be offensive, because comedy was always offensive. Always.
They won't let anyone talk politics in here because this stadium was dedicated to art, sports, and any useful enterprises.
Yeah, that's like Carlin said, and I've always said on the show, is Carlin said the comedian's job is to find where the line is and deliberately cross it, and to challenge people, to challenge status quo. The emperor has no clothes. This goes all the way back throughout our history, and now that they're silencing the comedians or taking the comedians so seriously, like if you are a Bill Maher, that they hold him like, hey, well, Bill Maher said, or Jon Stewart or whatever, and then if you're on the other side comedian, then you get burned at the stake for things that you said as well. So it's just crazy that the role of the comedian has become that important outside of being funny.
And that you will well and faithfully discharge the duty of the office upon which you are about to enter. So help you God.
I do.
Congratulations, Senator.
And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. No one should listen to what I say and think I was dead serious. So you can't. If I'm making jokes, it's a joke. I shouldn't have to explain that. There's a microphone in front of me.
Like ejaculating on a woman's face. It's rude. Women don't want you to do that. I did that one time to a girl. She was pissed. Probably because it woke her up.
The idea that even having to explain all the time, like I'm not racist, I'm not homophobic, I'm not and you look at that, it's like, well, why do I have to tell you that? If you want to think whatever, that's fine, but you would know if I was. It would be very obvious.
How you doing, Mr. Trump? Think you're tough? Little bit? Little bit? You think you're tough? Yeah. You think you're something. You're a clown. People say you're a dick. I like to punch you right in the dick, huh?
Well, the internet ruined Earth. That's what I would just say. I'm put it that way.
It did.
It's cool we can talk like this, but there's very few pluses, and everybody acts like it's a double-edged sword. I'm like, nah, it's got a pretty hard edge, and there's a little part of it that's nice.
Exactly. I mean, this is definitely like social media has definitely is definitely a huge part of the dismantling of our current way of life as we know it. You know what I mean? And it's and it's now particularly hard to be, there's a big target for whatever reason on straight white men
Oh yeah.
it's
oh yes.
I mean, geez, I mean, I didn't realize that our generation was going to have to pay the sins of all the ones before us, in history.
Well, what's odd too is like I'm Irish, Italian, you got Jewish, and it's like we're all paying for what I had nothing to do with that at all. Like even if it's like as far as reparations go, it's like by the time I've licked the stamp, you've gotten my indentured servant money. Which, by the way, indentured servant just meant slave.
Right.
That's what the Irish and Italian were
Right,
they came to this country. I mean, it's the fact that we've turned all of our heritages into a color, and then you're saying you can't appropriate culture. Why? Why are we in America then?
Right, exactly. It's
Like
supposed
I'm
to be a
supposed
melting
to,
pot. Yeah.
yeah. I'm supposed to like. I wouldn't know what Mexican food was. I enjoy it because there's Mexicans that came to America, cooked delicious food, and I got to eat it. Same with my Italian relatives. My Irish people, not so much. They're just drunks, but they brought scurvy and potatoes. So it's
scurvy.
Yeah, like it's all like that. We're supposed to experience each other's cultures. That's the whole point. Like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we're gonna start yelling at a white guy because he opened a taco stand. Like you can't do that. We got to shut him down. Why do you want to shut everything down?
That's all they want to do. They want to shut things down, cancel you, shut you up, and God forbid you on Cinco de Mayo you put on a sombrero. You're gonna,
Right. It's never offensive to the culture. That's what I always find amazing. It's never the people or the newest immigrants of that culture.
Right.
It's always the way back. You don't even know where. Like none of us would even be alive without America. Like there's no way I would be part 90 things mutt if America didn't exist. So
Right.
whatever happened before me, I don't really care. I hate this idea that I'm like a live and let live guy, where if you're nice to me, I'm nice to you. That's all I really think. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you even when it comes to like abortion arguments. We had Ann Coulter on the show, who she triggers a lot of people.
Could we keep our eye on the ball here? We live in a country where you can abort a baby up until it's been born alive.
And she was talking about the abortion debate, and she said, "Well, it's a human life." And I said, "Well, yeah, that's why I don't value it. It's why I think you should get an abortion because that so many humans are terrible. I have nothing wrong with it's nipping that in the bud. I don't care. So it's like, but people are allowed to their own opinion. Doesn't mean you have to rewrite law. If you don't want to have an abortion, don't. If you want to, knock yourself out. But we're now in this culture where it's like you don't have to be proud of the fact that you have an abortion.
Women, if you need an abortion, get one!
Right.
That's where we're becoming proud of things that we should be ashamed of. And I'm not saying you should be ashamed of that. There's plenty of reasons to get one. Don't get me wrong, feminists. I'm just saying, like, we don't have to keep looking at things like they're great when they're not. Like, there is nothing virtuous in being a victim. Nothing.
Right. Yeah.
So, but there is something incredible if something horrible has happened to you, and you can go past that and live your life and become an example and become something great. That's a wonderful thing, and this country allows that. And now we're seeing it reverse, where it's who wants to be the biggest pussy, I guess.
I know you want to defend me and fight for me and go off on comments, but I ask that you don't. This is my problem that I got myself into.
I don't know how else to put it.
It is coming down to that, this complaining, whining culture, and God forbid you do fight back or whatever, you are villainized, and it's just crazy, especially for old school guys like me, or
oh yeah,
and who just I might offend somebody without even realizing it.
Oh, that's how I am. Same way.
Hey, will y'all shut the hell up? I'm trying to study.
Look at him.
He's trying. He's actually trying. What a nerd. Look at the nerd. Look at the nerd. Look at him. Look at the nerd.
Who you calling a nerd, man?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh! Shit, dude. Hey, are you okay, man? Hey, what the hell? Are you serious?
I'll turn that gay-ass music off.
You punch me because I'm gay?
What? No, Oh, come on.
Like, you know, I don't even know.
It's the whole pronouns thing of, you know, what to call people nowadays is even nutty.
And it sounds bad, but it's like, I'm sorry, I can't. It's like, do you care if we build the third bathroom? No, it's fine. Like, exactly. I don't. Like, the idea that I would walk into a bathroom and see a transsexual peeing in the urinal and my first thought would be like, well, I'll have to kill them is utterly absurd.
Exactly.
I mean, if we're being honest, if it was 10 years ago, I'm going to tap my friend and be like, what the fuck? But now it's so common. Who cares? Like, it's out there. It's fine. Be who you are.
That's the thing. And I don't think that the woke people really understand of how many, you know, regular civilians are fine with it. We accept it. We accept everyone. You know, they have this notion, I think, that most civilians, for lack of a better term, are adamant and hate them all. And we, you know, when we're out there with the torches and the pitchforks, no, it's the opposite. Right. It's the, you know, they're attacking the civilized, you know, the civilians. It's the opposite.
Yeah, it's this idea that I don't want to call it apathy, but maybe indifference, but I would definitely say tolerance isn't enough because you have to celebrate it. Right. And I don't feel the need to have to celebrate. I can't. It's like you really have to love it and like it. It's like, I'm a comic. I hate myself. I have to go to therapy every week to not put a gun in my mouth, and you want me to admire you? I don't like I'm sorry, unless you're like my kid, it doesn't matter. Right. So it's like, I can't pretend to, if I'm telling you that like, I'm gonna go to the parade and really stand next to you, I'm lying. I don't want to lie to you. You're better than that. You know, it's like
it's true.
Yeah, we're not nobody's perfect. We're all just trying to live in this society. And the idea that this woke standard should have existed 200 years ago, even history teachers that I know were like, could you guys stop taking down statues? It doesn't change anything. It's history. Like, I get it if there's a couple that might trigger some people, or it's like a slave master like this. Maybe, all right, fine, take it down. But few and far between is it really celebrating any sort of oppression.
For me, with the statues, I'm like, if they're offensive, if they're truly offensive, like Confederate, whatever, that kind of thing, then I'm like, fine. But put it to a vote, and you know, let's do it the right way. We'll remove it, you know, in a civilized way, instead of having, you know, the mob gonna go out there and tear them down on their own. That's just when it gets out of hand for me. You know?
Oh, I agree. It's destruction of property immediately, where as opposed to a group of people saying this is for the better. I mean, you have people pushing over Lincoln, and it's like, guys, I don't know how to tell you this.
And Grant. Yeah.
Yeah, Grant. It's like, really? It's like, even Robert E. Lee, like, look, he was a good general. That's why people looked up to him, because tactically in war, he knew what he was doing. And there's this idea that everybody in the South and everybody on the Confederate side was completely pro-slavery. It's not true. That's not what the war was about. But there's sort of this lack of education that they're trying to make everything catch up to. So there's just this one very simple narrative that there's all this hate, and now all these people are able to get through. You know, we don't have to work, we don't have to do this, we don't have to free everything.
Right.
And there's just a point where, yeah, I believe that too. I was in college, you know, briefly. I was in high school way too long than I should have been, and then I was in community college briefly. But I was a young liberal like anybody else was. But then eventually you have a home and you understand pride of ownership and you start looking at your country and you realize where the flaws are and you're like, guys, this is just the same knee-jerk shit we've all been doing for so long when we're that age.
Yeah, only like because of the social media and everything else, it's escalated. It's now going up to 11.
Yeah, you can incite it. When they
Yeah.
even they arrested some kid months ago in like Connecticut. It's like 17 years old, and they arrest him for inciting a riot. And it's like, this is who you were listening to when you were burning down. That's what I don't get. It's like, you're lighting fires to the inner city because Black Lives Matter, guys. That's not what you do. That's not. My friend Mike is a comic. And I'll say because he posted online. His name's Mike Bonner, really great comic, black dude in Detroit. And there was a bunch of white kids about to, riot in Detroit. So figure that out. And he stops one and he said, my church has a mentorship program. And if you want to do that, it would really actually help out the community. It's just better than burning down the barbershop. If you really want to help out, there's some kids in the community that don't have fathers. It would be great if you could donate yours. And they started screaming all kinds of racist stuff at him because it's not about being anti-racist. It's about being anti your own narrative. We're a failed experiment as a country if we don't get past this.
Well said, and I agree with you, man. And I think what we got to do is I really believe we have to. I think comedy could save it if we don't get canceled. But I think if we could find the humor in this somehow and make the other side, the woke people, laugh at themselves because they take themselves so seriously. If they could laugh at themselves, then maybe we could kind of start to heal this thing.
Yeah, and I'll say it about both. Sometimes you'll go against the right or the left, and people will take it very seriously. Where a group will say, I'll use an example. I was wearing, and the guy was kidding, but I was wearing Levi's on my show, and I have a couple Levi's jackets, and they were upset because Levi's is anti-gun.
Tonight, Levi's is catching both heat and support for a new campaign on gun control.
So you can't then get angry when the left gets upset about something ludicrous. It's like, oh, are Levi's anti-gun? Do you know that a child with ruined fingers who just cries all day weaved the jacket? Like, where do you think our clothing comes from? I don't care if they don't like guns. Right, what does it matter? I don't get, like, it doesn't, regardless of my opinion on guns, if I look at a jacket, I don't go, well, what's their, are they pro-gay marriage or what? Like, I don't want to be wearing some, I don't want to wear some anti-gay jacket. I don't want to be wearing some, it's just, I don't give a shit about political stance. It's the same as Chick-fil-A.
Right.
If they want to be closed on Sundays because the guy's Christian, let him be it.
Right.
It's like, do you have chicken? All right. Well, I'll just judge you on, your political opinion means zero to me. That's why I wouldn't give it any respect or disrespect at that point. It doesn't mean anything.
Dave Landau, thanks so much. Where can people find you and catch you and all that good stuff?
DaveLandau.com, tour dates coming up, and then you can also catch me on Compound Media 4 to 6 p.m. every Monday through Thursday on the Anthony Cumia Show with Dave Landau, and at 7:30 Wednesday on A Fair One with Tommy Pope.
Dave, thanks so much for taking the time. This was a great interview, man. I really appreciate it, my friend.
Yeah, man, dude, my pleasure.
All right. Dave Landau, everybody. All right, we're back. What do you think, Dave Landau?
He's awesome.
He's awesome,
He really
funny
is,
guy.
yeah.
He's smart. Like, it was great. He hosts, he's the co-host with Anthony Cumia over there on Compound Media. So it was really cool to have him on the show, and you get to get his take on things. Really cool. But
yeah, very cool.
But you know how you were talking a couple weeks ago about, spoken word and
yeah. William Shatner
and his spoken word. Well, he's got a new one. He came out with a new spoken word, and
cool.
We have a sample of it here. So it's to the song WAP, W-A-P by Cardi B. And here it is, William Shatner doing WAP. Check it out.
Yeah.
Whores in this house, there's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house, there's some whores in this house. I said certified freak 7 days a week. Wet ass pussy, make that pull-out game weak. Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass pussy.
Wet ass pussy. Oh my God. And they banned Baby It's Cold Outside. But you can have a song about my wet ass pussy. Fuck. What kind of fucking world are we living in?
We are. We're living in a crazy world, Benny.
Crazy. It's exactly what Lenny Bruce said.
Yep.
Lenny Bruce said that you can't show just tits and ass, but or a couple having sex. But if the guy takes the pillow and instead of putting it under the woman's ass, he smothers her with it, you can show that.
You can show killing. You can show killing and murder, but you can't show love. Love making is what. Yeah, that's great. Baby, it's cold outside.
I really can't say, baby, it's cold outside.
Maybe it's cold outside. Let's ban that. We don't play that for Christmas anymore. But wet ass pussy.
Ciao, my friends. It's me, Alfredo Gaguzzi, your hoochie coochie goochie. I got five things to remember, never to forget. If every time you say something you get in trouble, maybe you should sit down and stop talking through your ass. Here's another thing. They say if you find a penny and pick it up, all of the day you have a good luck. What about the person who loses the penny? What kind of luck does he have? That's no nice. Here's another thing. If a Wanda Sykes married Stevie Wonder, her name would be Wanda Wonder. Here's another thing. Is it better to have a blue cheese than a blue balls? Here's another thing. If somebody throws you under the bus, you throw them into the river with the cement shoes, but make sure you got no witnesses. That's all of the things I got tonight. God bless everybody. I love you. Ciao, ciao. Alfredo Gaguzzi, your hoochie cooch, loves the youths.
Yo, my good friend Don Sill has a message for all the stand-up comedians who are out of work on Long Island. Well, most of you are working over at the Governor's Comedy Club. Now look, I know the clubs are a little dormant right now, but, think of all the material you can be inventing. At the least you can build like a cool Lego setup, right? I mean, kids used to really like that in 3rd grade. Now, don't worry about the fiscal totem pole, you see what I'm saying? Because it ain't about how hard you can hit, it's about how hard you can get hit, how much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how you keep making people laugh, okay? Now, you're gonna come out of this better than you went in, alright? You know how I know that? Because I'm a joke teller myself, alright? Here comes one. Why do cows wear bells? Because the horns don't work. Ain't that killing you? I used to like it in grade school. Anyways, I want you to stay strong, and I usually tell people to keep punching, but in your case, we on TV.
All right, we are back with Benny Gaguch Rizzuti. Benny, that's our show for today, man.
It was an awesome show, Don. It was a great show.
Yeah, you did it in bed.
It got me out of bed. I mean, how good is that? It got me out of bed. I think I'm gonna get up and dance now to Rap.
To
It's
some
WAP.
Well, good stuff, Benny. I just want to
Yeah.
also remind everybody to subscribe to our YouTube page at the button below, and also, like, follow, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate it as always.
A lot of fun stuff. There's a lot of stuff that that doesn't make it to the show. That's on our YouTube channel.
There's a lot of great stuff. Also, people can go back in there, and if they want to see all the Gagoots' top 5 things, the whole collection is on there. We have tons of all of our music videos with Ken Pichelle is on there, and all of our interviews and everything. You can just go right on the YouTube page and you can watch everything.
That YouTube page is fun.
Yes, indeed.
You should subscribe.
Excellent. Well, Benny, I'll let you get to sleep. I want you
Thanks.
to get some rest.
Get my pillow,
and we will see you next week, my friend.
Yeah. See you all next week. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Peace,
Thanks a lot.
y'all.